Hello, wonderful people. Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel. Hope you're all doing well. Very well indeed. Here we go. A fantastic and lovely bit of information that dropped yesterday for dubstep fans the world over. We are going to be getting a new extensive batch of tracks, an album, a big collection of some sort from Marauda, the Faceless, dropping apparently today. Today is the 1st of June, but 12 tracks, here we go. A load of dubstep legends, a load of big producers bigging it up, all of them hopping on board here just to give their congratulations and just general hype for this project that is about to drop. And then we get this just below, which I do want to highlight because it made me laugh quite a lot, and I thought it would be a shame not to include it in this video. Yes, we are all indeed very horny for this collection of music. So yeah, should be dropping today at some point, but we know that he likes to drop later in the day, American time, when it comes to a particular release for him on Malignant, his own label, whether it is an EP, a single, an album, whatever it is. And often it is the case, I must say, with Malignant as well, that they have a couple of distribution issues with certain releases here and there, which might be the case with this one as well. So just keep refreshing your SoundCloud, your Spotify, whatever it is, your Apple Music. It will probably be there today again at some point. Likely to include, I think, the recent single releases that we have had from him, from Tool of Delirium to Resurgence to Rage Room, Sinews. I think it could even stretch back as well to The Reckoning, which came out November last year. It could even stretch back to that. I think he has regained a bit of form in the last year or so with the general execution of his music. You know, the ideas have always had the heaviness. I mean, that is what most people come for, but as well to go with that on the ideas front, with the concepts, with his tracks, there's been a bit more experimentation, a bit more weirdness in terms of sound usage, just stuff that's a bit more unpredictable. A lot of catchiness as well, infectious material that I think he had lost just a little bit in the last couple of years or so, and which was such a staple of his music in the kind of 2017 to 2019, 2020 era, alongside of course the more usual run-of-the-mill tear out leaning kind of stuff, the heaviness which I talked about earlier. With this last few singles that will be, I think, on this LP, The Faceless, I just think the production has been better. The overall sound has been more refined and just a bit nicer on the ear for me anyway. More defined sound overall, the percussion, the kind of backdrops not flat, which would not do the largeness and the gargantuan nature of his music justice, if you will. Just a bit sharper given what he's going for, the impact he wants his music to have, which, yes, does leave me excited for this collection, The Faceless. And I think on the note of that title for this specific collection, I get now why he's been wearing the mask at shows. It's all tying together branding wise, because initially I was like, why has he done that? You know, why has he gone for that specific appearance change when it was completely fine as it was, you know, him going as himself? Why change and alter something that was working? But now I get it. Now it is all tying together, when, yeah, before I was just maybe a little bit confused. If what we have got so far, the singles that I mentioned earlier, are anything to go by, then it is going to be, you know, classically in your face, full on direct, with maybe a bit of a quicker pace to it here and there than what he is renowned for. I think a couple of the tracks from the last year or so just got a bit more perkiness to them, just a bit more upbeat, a little bit of a quicker tempo about them, which is very welcomed for someone who kind of built his name up with that more drawn out, tear out, gargantuan, big room tear out kind of style. And then maybe on top of that we'll get a couple little bits of experimentation here and there, whether it's, you know, whole ideas or specific sounds here and there, stuff jumping up out of nowhere to make it, well, to elevate it beyond just being a kind of one-dimensional, straightforward kind of dubstep track, which we have a lot of at the moment, as we all know. Or, I mean, you could just forget all of that, any kind of speculation about what the music might sound like and turn out like, and just call it fuck you music, like he does. I've had certain things I haven't been a fan of in recent times, but I am genuinely looking forward to this one quite a bit, I would say. I'm excited for it to have more of an album feel than Ascension Right, which came out, well, is the preceding full-length project to this one that's about to come out, The Faceless, which had a bit more of an extensive EP kind of vibe about it. 9 tracks, I think, and you had a few people calling it an album, but I think when you go through it, it does still have that feeling of being an EP. But with this one, with The Faceless, 12 tracks, could we get a bit of story here, a bit of a drawn drawn out introduction and outro, just a bit of story, stitching these tracks together. Let's find out when it comes out at some point today. Until the LP does come out, I would like to point you in the direction of the documentary, the video essay that I made about Marauda. If you haven't seen it yet, it's called The Rise of Marauda. It's about 20 minutes or so, so a good little watch. It just kind of charts his progression up until a few months into last year, so including Ascension Right, which dropped in February last year. Give it a watch and let me know what you think of it, of course, in the comment section down below, as a little tide over until the Faceless comes out, of course. A lot more to ruminate and speculate on when it comes to this collection of music that is coming out, but I think I will leave it at that for this particular video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, but let me know, what are your feelings about this LP before it comes out? What are you expecting? Are we going to get a different side of Marauda with this album? Are we even calling it an album? Are we going to get a load of shorter tracks to come with the ones that have already come out that might make it a bit of a shorter project overall, a bit more of an EP? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Social media accounts in the description box down below, as well as my Patreon if you want to help the channel out and get some exclusive content along the way. Bass music coverage, EDM coverage, general electronic music coverage, all that good stuff. But yeah, beyond that, I shall see you in the next one, whatever that might be. Keep it naughty until then, and let's get some hype about this album. Drop it all in the comments down below. I want to see it. Peace.